In late August 1944, at 0615 hours, observation post 4 Partel in northern France, the morning report lay crumpled on the desk of Flak Regiment 155W. German technical officers pored over the numbers, struggling to comprehend what they saw. The interception rates of the V-1 flying bombs over London defied every principle of ballistic probability taught across the Luftwaffe. 82% destroyed. It couldn't be accurate. Through field telescopes, observers had witnessed something impossible. Missiles falling to anti-aircraft fire over the coastal gunbelt, destroyed not by fighters, not by barrage balloons, but by shells detonating near them with deadly precision. At the regiment headquarters in Château d'Otto, Max Tell, commander of the V-1 offensive, received the reports with alarm. In just 2 months, the proportion of V-1s destroyed by British defenses had risen from 17% in June to 74% by late August, peaking at 82% on one extraordinary day, a rate that German scientists considered physically impossible. What they could not know was that they were witnessing one of the war's most closely guarded secrets, the proximity fuse, or variable time, VT, fuse, a technology so revolutionary it was classified at the same level as the atomic bomb. This device transformed near misses into kills, systematically neutralizing Hitler's vengeance weapon. The story began 10 weeks earlier, on June 13, 1944, just 1 week after D-Day. In response to the Allied invasion of Normandy, Hitler had unleashed the V-1 flying bomb against London. At 4:25 a.m., the first missile struck Grove Road in Bow, killing 6, injuring 30, and leaving 200 homeless. The V-1 represented years of German research, a pilotless aircraft powered by an Argus as 109-014 pulsejet, carrying 850 kilograms of Amatol explosive at speeds of 640 kilometers per hour. It was the world's first operational cruise missile, and German High Command believed it would bring Britain to its knees. Major Walter Dornberger, head of the V-weapons program at Peenemünde, had calculated that even a conservative 25% success rate would deliver more explosive power to London than the entire Blitz of 1940-41. Each missile cost a mere 5,000 Reichsmarks, far less than a manned bomber mission, with none of the risk to aircrew. At Peenemünde, German engineers felt confident. They had developed advanced rockets, operational jet aircraft, and now a cruise missile, with Dr. Robert Lusser, designer of the V-1's control system, calculating Allied interception was virtually impossible. British fighters would need speeds exceeding 650 kilometers per hour and to approach within 200 meters to destroy it, risking destruction. Anti-aircraft shells had less than a 1 in 10,000 chance of hitting such a small, fast target. Yet from the first launches, German intelligence received troubling reports. British defenses adapted with alarming speed. By late June, interception rates climbed to 24%, and by July, statistics became inexplicable. German observers noted V-1s surrounded by bursts of anti-aircraft fire, tumbling from the sky despite no apparent direct hits. Unbeknownst to them, they were witnessing the VT fuse in action, turning near misses into guaranteed kills. The technology had been operational in the Pacific since January 1943, and while Germany had researched proximity fuses over 30 times, none had succeeded. German engineers considered the concept impossible. Miniaturized radio transmitters, vacuum tubes surviving 20,000 GS, batteries lasting years, mass production, an insurmountable combination. Yet, by August 1944, American factories were producing 40,000 fuses daily. British defenses had reorganized, deploying guns along the south coast and using the American SCR-584 radar for automatic tracking, feeding firing solutions to VT-fused shells. The proximity fuse contained miniature radios that detonated shells when near the V-1, sending steel fragments through its hull. On the peak day in late August, coastal guns destroyed 82% of incoming V-1s. German officers suspected sabotage but found none. Their missiles performed normally over German territory. The problem only appeared against British defenses, and nothing Germany tried, tactics, altitudes, salvos, night launches, could overcome it. At Peenemünde, German scientists faced a harsh reality. If the Allies had developed proximity fuses, they had achieved what Germany believed impossible. Even captured ammunition dumps during the Battle of the Bulge didn't reveal the secret. The technology remained compartmentalized across 110 American factories, workers knowing only their specific tasks, the name variable time misleading. By the end of the war, 22 million fuses would be produced at a cost of over $1 billion. Crosley Corporation alone produced over 5 million units, while Sylvania Electric supplied hundreds of thousands of ruggedized miniature tubes daily. While Germany relied on forced labor to produce a handful of complex weapons, America mobilized thousands of workers, mostly women, voluntarily producing reliable, revolutionary technology at massive scale. The engineering marvel of the proximity fuse was extraordinary. Each device had to survive 20,000 GS, extreme temperatures, and rapid spin, yet operate perfectly after years in storage. Every fuse underwent rigorous testing, with rejection rates below 2%. By September 1944, the V-1 offensive was effectively neutralized. Of 9,521 missiles launched against Britain, only 2,515 reached London, killing 6,184 civilians and injuring 17,981, a fraction of what Germany intended. Without the VT fuse, casualties would have been 4 to 5 times higher. The V-1 became a costly failure, consuming resources and human lives, while failing to achieve strategic impact. The story of the proximity fuse demonstrates a profound truth about modern warfare. Victory is determined as much by laboratories and factories as by battlefields. While Germany pursued exotic wonder weapons, America focused on multiplying existing capabilities through mass-produced technology. The fuse increased anti-aircraft gun effectiveness 5 to 10-fold, saving London and paving the way for Allied success in Europe and the Pacific. It symbolized industrial democracy triumphing over totalitarian engineering, mass production over individual perfection, and systemic innovation over isolated brilliance. On that remarkable day in late August 1944, when 82% of German V-1s fell to an invisible technology they couldn't comprehend, the nature of war changed forever. The Germans, watching their vengeance weapons burn in the sky, never knew what hit them, and a secret of industrial power and innovation saved a city, reshaped warfare, and underscored that the greatest victories of World War II were won not just by soldiers, but by the collective effort of millions of unseen workers producing devices the enemy couldn't imagine.